Hello, I was here for an answer in my quaba. Yet, Chiao Emma Eba Expand 1 TV. Name links in Jumadi and when you go out here. Name links ye Jumaku and I say, a Yakua, ye what and him defua ye the Jumayane say, a D, any Susan's war. He does me better din and ye done a D or ye video so. And he said, Nanny de can I will share ya, ye best say, best subscriber. I was say on them. Follow your page, you know. What shall he intercept in him be brave? Nothing, no. What's answer I share? I'm a unia as when you be a so as in Bisabia or Pesa Ubisa, now one near the phone at a bit media shall comment section on them. But most of us is only a personal, so if one Casabra who deal with the air, or best send a message about numbers near was your honor. Foreign, any local numbers in Ubisa Sama. Ye beje oso ayama o emwaye enedi aye ba be kan ho asem no eye simple names and say be kan say eyedin a nipa bebre na enim enedi aye be hwe ho asem no ena me bobosu enti mesrew follow din no na saudi wo ma waye din no watie enchechemu a mede ma no okay it's the first name ya Emmanuel Ben Ken Boachewa Kingsley, Sadatu, Chumwa, Cecily, Menette, Melvin, Benjet, Metal, Lumoshi, Emil, Anna, Mickey, Anna Mickey. It will sound like a nickname, but a yedi. Whether it's a nickname or a first name, then you now also impact. The ATF person experience anyway, and they say, a confollow na a bisa. Emmanuel as obi contact here na opese on sani dia obi say nipa ne say di be na ne da na dodo na kobo Emmanuel and na pese e bie Emmanuel din na mo hu say Emmanuel enye din bia enye din papa ye be recommend say ese woto tie ye hyeche mu wi a no one can make your decision de bia de ye kan wa ha ne say ye enforce obi se chinchina de ye kan na fa nenso ekwan bia so no se wunnim se din a yebo wa han mu emu ba ko ye wudin se ye se name ti se bia boache aya afre ne boache wa ana bia twum aya afre ne twum wa ana eda nickname bi ti se bia Ben Ken mostly o mutimi shorten Kennedy Kenneth from Ken ana Benjamin o mutimi twa short afre ne Ben. It is always I deal with me. Obe say suban mienu ene be control. Enye suban eya honhom. Honhom my friend Ben odi wachi. Honhom my friend Benjamin onu so be di wachi. Sa na Kenneth any Kennedy any other name wall side line also no. Omo so wo Ken ebe follow omo. It is always our names where you na hwe said ya honhom no eye adwuma wo so. Okay. Ade ba ko a me pesa wo hye no so ne se maka ye videos me bre se ewiase we no ehintasem ahye ne ma ehintasem ne niema asie esenka wuhu na ma wo hoto nanso wunnim na yaka entro ebi na akyerɛw se wuhu no kwasem a ele se wunya honhom a ema otimi hu se we ye no korɛ se wo hwɛ bibia ade a mesrɛ wo se hwɛ no no sa wo ye kristoni a wo hwɛ me a wo mfa mpaebɔ ni agora wo bɔ mpae ya bɔ mpae hwɛ de ye bɛma wo hu de ye no korɛ se de be ya wo te no korɛ be hu se we no korɛ because ni pa bebre na ni ma de korɛ ye friend no korɛ ewi ase na ye ball to the point say ene ye mahunu sebe nsema afaso ni so ene ma basa na ni party a omutu di akire eni pa ponim de ena mu di nsehunu akire nti wi ase ne so hwehwɛ ne ma bɔne ene ma faso ni so eda de chi ni pa adwene sa wutie din ho asem na obotugu na wanfa anya asem bia the chance say wiase na wote wunnim die nti kura wote wiase wunnim ade kura konto wiase ne se nyame ne kura po na wudi na chi a wo hwere no you have no idea whom even that God is. Maka we videos we remove ha say God is an entity of negative and positive energy. Eye tumi a odi bone esan ye papa. ye Kristo ni a obehu se Bible mu Nyankopɔn ku nkrofo bebre all in the name of Omaya aswodin etia no omantie de o kan se omunye no omanye. You read this now with their picture nyame bi se sa na ote we enye concept se Nyankopɔn na obo me no o pese di pa nyina tena ase asomdwe mu ne anigye mu no eti media kwansidie si wanim waka che wo se wo fom sa de we ya I will kill you me destroy you me man no me edi wachi na enome krampo no efiri hifa ne bedi nipa echi eye de anya de ba ade a de ne timi ma enipa bia brabo ebetumi aye basa to the point say enipa ne ye bibia enye yie ebre bia mekasa wa ha mechiche di mu bia meta twe wa adwene kɔ nema bi so mempese we beye video wa obehwe se wutie nsem bi keke eti medical preachiw medical bie niema ni so emaw se Bible pe ana Quran ana Hindu ana Buddhism ana book bi ye holy book ma pe ene nwoma wogi di se numu na obenya ewiase ni mu nimdie ana se hinta se be fa Nyankopɔn na obeti niema bi ase afiri a ene na wayira kra bugam tali sani mani nyina ye bibia enipa bi na troye no makeka niema bi abom edi pe control system bia no mu nim krampo se it can even go far said the na yatamakoi etu de so tinim dia botugu na kasa obetwe nyame anim obehwe Bible ana bibia be sei enipa kro na wode Bible bre wo no ono an kasa no okenkan de ochro Bible ema mo shepo de bre Africa fo a ye de wo kasa tia Bible kro na sa wo kan asem bia wo ngi ni Bible ho a na obi ya fiase a picture no watan Bible amani pa bebra ye slave to the point say Bible into obi nya de odi esom bia obi wom wo the Bible atan na ni ase a ma wo kan o se dachi bi heaven bi dachi bi baby obekọ enti no odwi hu dia don't wo sense kan sha wo say bibia yera free ugidie num reason hu say there's some logical facts be missing. How can a loving God promise you something that when you die, before you enjoy that thing, and you believe? Now the same Bible will tell you, say, oh, far my name craft, need ye far my name, because reward is in heaven, and you are following. I do not condemn Bible because said they may condemn a lot of technocrats and now say and him before we books to know. Sad I mean condemn Bible. Me who Bible say a ye unim before and troye. And far Bible not to say o life in I no. Obi wu. Sesa odi na de we betimi aboa o ne mabesesa. O say nyame na ye bibia. Na wo nyame na ye bibia na de bia ni nyame no nso a wo kan na Bible no. O sesa nkrofo din no. Etia no so nkan bibia nkyere wo. Emma wu hu se wiase no de obo wiase no odi nimdie bi ahye kwana baabi enkrofo bebre atro hintasem ewo books mu ye de esiewu nya de abenya kan because the mind has been so daft ya brainwash wa from infancy ma benyi ne ye no enwira nko na ye ya adwene mu ma it's in a trash load of mental energies and now the nam it wu hu no krakra no wa be enemy to the truth. Say there one day your life can be shortened. There one day no tragedy and misery will be your portion, and at the same time no. Now mameka be this conspiracy to destroy human beings no. And ya Africa na before nkwa so fall. It is a worldwide conspiracy. Eye bibia ye dey maneuver enipa. Ye dey create wadwene but ebi mu jimi no sebe e wo soro se ebi mu de. And you come to Africa and you see a poor person wasum nyamia de ko wom na up to the deathbed so woni de wodi na onni sikampa o yare a o de be kwa hwe ne ho yare eti from one place a o hwe solace no to another end of the life no amane mu sare ni pane de ewu the person have dedicated their life to God or a Christian ade a pese me ma wa adwen ba so ne se nimdie wo ye nyanwie ye nsuanwie. I don't see myself so obi a me woni nyina na say I have all the knowledge. I'm still fishing out, I'm still digging nimdie the hidden secrets, because ana Bible na ye nyina ya kan pen no e ka kire yen sa policy na me de ye adwuma ene ntina I was able to unearth a principal truth no clear a yes stable. Ma kan wa ye videos bebre mu say wo tap on no clear unya no clear bibi the spirit around you no will prove say they are what ye it is the only truth. I'm telling you say about 98% of Christians, about 99% have doubts in most of the promises in the Bible. They have doubts in most of the things our Bible can. Now, by so far side and put the any words cry, they don't believe in most of the things our Bible know, but they will never tell you. Why? Because you, the church member, you are a food to the pastor. We are employee. When are we invest money? When are this brand money? It's in everything about we are leading you to Christ, we are leading you to God. No, it's a mirage, a fake. It doesn't exist. I don't want to sound like I'm condemning Christianity, but I want you to open your mind. Be a wide in him. Now, I saw them walk was now the man who say, a nipper beer did nipper home. So, so did you. It would offer what you can offer. But so sister, bibi betimi agwa more. So go ahead and do it. Oh, sometimes no the timi ye mareho pa ne say obeka obehu say obi di enye cry uji nipa ne brain na or brain na free di bia eda no so. But obeka che nipa ne say udi we say na be ye ono. O say nyame na ye bibia. Omo hu ye bufu kra ne asofo bibu, not all. As of what be more mecatro, so forget about Omo. Omoko Susan, maybe an advine a torture and now because they didn't win ye. No, a coffee baby, a coffee story because they are afraid to lose you. We are suffering now with Yemia. Don't get me wrong. We are not going to collapse your church because I cannot do it. Me to me ngu idea I established it thousands of years. I can't. But the point is that member no mum abeye more open-minded no one who kwan obefa so or boawa willingly they will feel like assisting the church, not in the name of this game nyame yankopon disika mo serious some mo ka digital members one. Is it fair? Nyame wo disika we carry money, transport money, the KLM and British Airways and Emirates disika command was rana never. All these are earthly things as asisu niema papers are numbers guso na anybody to me be attire chire as a medium of exchange. Enye nyame na che sa de no etini mo amokin kan Bible na many nyame me na me che sika me na me do it is true ya sure Bible no, but the writer of that book no is more wiser than you, your pastor and people living these days. Those men, those days, they were extremely wiser than our modern day scientific now. MSc up and near mama areas. It's who's a mini and mena meska, mena micheska. What's at that time? It was a barter system. It was carries. It was exchanging of stuff. It's not the benisicano. When money came as a nipper way to subjugate the system to make sure say. People become subordinate, people become lesser people than others so that we can differentiate the weakling from the powerful beings. What makes someone so powerful and what makes someone very weak is from name. We have seen a lot of people are almost free down from the dust to become mighty people. And we have seen a lot of people almost free, mighty places. Armor falling down to be ashes, all because what is entails in their life now, they have no idea about areas in the. If you have a poor name, it is like a curse. Oh, a curse be a impound on you by your parents. It's all your parents now with me. I'm telling you, you have a big task to do. You have to listen to what we are saying critically. Think about it. Na o mani dia watu wahweti na saram no wabonu bibia keke no watu no basa ma enkwala na ebre no na omo bre no omo dane ba so ne omo bebo a then you turn up cursing them addition to the already curse awodi ama omo no. It is not fair. Ignorance is one of the deadliest poisoner any pabetimi anom. But we all hold the cup of ignorance in our hands. Now, the bitter side of the say, what will be the right way, no say onfa, won't you? But I'm telling you, say, if you are watching us now and you have a name, then what we are saying concerns you, whether you believe it or not. It is a matter of time. If all names is able to get its rightful positions, this world could have been a better place, a heaven, a peace, a renew. I've been saying this over and over again. But then, say a near man may yes, near my basa to afraid, we will always be experiencing a near man, we will never understand tragedies, miseries, accidents, sicknesses. And remember, like I said, the sicknesses that is on the way coming, you cannot stop it. Because just by, psyching your mind, yes, there will be big. It's part of sickness. Even a belief, making you believe in something, putting fear into you, is a way of creating sicknesses for you. The mind, the brain that we carry, this brain is a certain organ so important. If you want to discover the secrets of this earth, first go here. Check the work, how this brain functions, how this mind functions. But my videos with Bremu said, there's difference between the brains and the mind. Say be our own share video now, me repeat you. The mind is different from the brain. The mind is the invisible energy, invisible, which feeds the brain impulses. Metimaka said, the mind is an electric source of power, which uses a passing energy through the brain. Asama wanted that unya tepe mind will take it into the brain and the brain will store it. That is the reason why I can say every physical stuff, every physical body energy, it derives from the spiritual. Program me now said this production cameraman we have lighting, we have a lot of things around. Light here was here, it can go off from a source, but light ne see now video it will be here, but it will never work to its perfection because the source of power ECG what the baby far distance from here can take the source of the power, but still this will be here. Do you think life is just all about you believing in any non-entity, you reading a book, you believing and somebody died for you and somebody died for that and there was no sin and this and that? Don't you know, say somebody died for you is just a proverbial expression. Wouldn't even say ya bebuobi, kasakwa, Proverbs. Obi be woman na wadi ye wouldn't even say we are seeing now has been in this kind of illusion. Somebody must suffer for somebody to gain. It decrease so now within the chin. The simple meaning is that your ignorance is a food to somebody. My knowledge is food for me because I will eat from it. Listen, so they will share So what phrase is here? Say what about we here? Dear, we take some money. I didn't see because you don't even know who name say what to do say your bani be say and what be who what you say but I didn't young man free. It's in a certain way no a ye manager so who names had ya minimum. Na so be hu so a enye obi a na be hu nti so wo be hu krampo na ye wo obi a wonnim a ono beba for this service. This is somebody came and died for us. The obe wu ma ye no the yanyankwa. I came everybody die for somebody. It's a simple logic in life. Then call mine ankasa na Yesu be wu mu no ya bra Christianity e wo so. They don't even allow them to preach outside to mess around. Like slaves na ye mummy ye ade no ye mumu na anadwe man crofo na in the cars we are roaming, in the street we are roaming, Sundays and other days there are worse. And you see that most of the people that praise no they are poor people. Oh here be pray na bompire. Don't you reason say here na bompire na there is no solution. There is no miracle in prayers. The Abetubia has already been designed to happen to you. I'm saying, sir, there's a lot of coincidences in this life. Ubetimia bompire, something good can happen to you. It's a coincidence. Ubetimia bompire, something bad will happen to you. Now your country will say, Bible say, Papa Obonio, for na see man yankopon. Don't this one strike you, say, Papa Obonio in every the same person? Why must Satan now may fight against no cause me pain and I have to go and thank God? It means Satan is working for God. It's simple. There are two things working from one source. There is no Satan, there is no God. All is one, working with one energy, destroying people by the energies you will attract. Whom will be invited now? Sa ne be ejuma in your life. Please reason up. And then open your mind for wisdom. Because this teaching we are giving you is for free. Ubahanoma, we are giving you a free sermon that will open your mind. You can go to your church, we don't stop you. But then, if you come to realize, say, your name is a factor. You have to understand that changing the name or working about the name is something that is going to help you. And in that, you will never boycott this idea with any kind of illusion that the Bible solves everything. For some years ago, 6-7 years ago, I told this person to change his name. Because the name is, I've even made a video on that to explain those names, which is Beatrice. And this time, the person has been struck down with stroke. Waka them. So, Nipaya American wants me every single day, or I saw them. Every day, or I saw them. Just a soft penasa mama because Onya Sikabia, what's off with you? Onya Sikabia, what's off with you? The soft be pen asam, what you man young man. Stroke a kind of two them, so for them go refino. This is a life that you have to know meant for yourself. We are not joking. As we are serious and we are telling you the truth that you need to know. Makawa said, the kind of letters that create a name is part of the way our mind was created. It's, if you name somebody like Emmanuel and you give it a meaning, what you prefer, say Bible say, as such as say, you will agree with me, say, about 80 to 90% of all men from Emmanuel, do not papa, all my life and you're correct. That name is very disappointing name. No be good at that name, Emmanuel, or bad bread in life, or bad struggle with so much things, so many things. The BBA and Koso, disappointment in the relationship, or sounds so per mile, Kasabibre, so many stuff, which when I'm explaining the name, you will not understand the reason why I'm saying Emmanuel is one of the useless names. Excuse me for my strong language because you be the Emmanuel useless. So forgive me that side. But then what I'm saying is some names or why if you know you wouldn't have given it out because the enti America say and you be odi Emmanuel no betimi aye users ni say we have multiple names. If you cry triple names, it will be a friend maybe Emmanuel that, Emmanuel something. Let's say Emmanuel Quartin. Because Quartin is a good name, maybe it can match the Emmanuel, and when you check it, you realize that the person can be somehow responsible. But even as that, the Emmanuel will still have its own implications about dealing with any panel. Emmanuel is an accident name. Emmanuel is an accident prone name. So what's our DNA? You can easily run into an accident scene, crash, somebody can shoot you, poison you, eliminate you unaware. So why can that one be a good name? You will not understand, right? This is something that is so deep. So one yes, yeah, keep on watching our videos. You one day come to understand. Because a DB our home, and in these energies are negatives and positive. That is the reason why I make us say God is not separate from Satan. They are one entity. They are one. And you know, if you sit down and say, "Sir, sometimes me I just say, "Momo brokram po dey now you don't even know what to do. Mobu Satan no. What bonama are you free? What has happened to you?" Because you are even beating your own self. Satan can even be your own personal self. One kasana me Satan because the sicknesses that is following you is already in your name. Your destiny. What will become of you tomorrow, next month, next year, till you leave this earth is already with you, standing by you. You have no idea. Who name it and you think say it's a joke. People are just saying things anyhow. Yeah, can't hear him. And you know, to explain the names we have on the screen: Emmanuel, Ben, Ken, Boachewa, Kingsley, Sadatu, Chumwa, Cecily, Minette, Melvin, Benjit, Meso, Lumoshi, Emmanuel, Mickey, Mickey. So if your own is Micky, without E, it is different from what I'm saying. But whether this is a surname or any form of name or another, a shortened form of original name, so the media can explain it to say, maybe Kenneth from Ken, or Kennedy, you get Ken, and then be Benjamin, you get Ben. Ebanesa, these two names will have all the implications on you. And I'm telling you, all these names you see here are not commendable names. They are not names Yan Yebekacho or Sefa and Asa adopted. Our team is very focused. We are the highly and most authentic spiritual platform here that gives the only truth. Truth are not many. No cry and yet 1,000, yet 3, 4, 5. A woman said him dear baby also. Last I explained my videos, said truth is like a piece of pizza. The size is any the way it is, it differs. In a square box, inside this round, cut in triangles. That is truth. But we have all the whole package of it in a square form. So when somebody gives you a pizza in the square form, which means it contains all the round pizza inside, cut into triangle sizes. So no kre eye baako. So ubehu no kre, the ubehu say no kre does not have a barrier. When beye no kre Ghana for pe na wasa gidi. When ye no kre ebia brofu pe e na wasa gidi. This is the truth that runs everywhere. When I speak of the impact of the name Ben, obi ode Ben wo Ghana, and obi ode Ben ewa America na UK na Germany will exhibit about 60-70% the same qualities. The differences in some of the attitude is that obi bewo different name and wo obi a die they were different and wo, and then the environmental exposure also create some differences. But I'm telling you, Yare FM and some experiences will be about 70-80%, the same. This is the reason why truths have no barrier. That is the same reason why somebody in Ghana can have some feeling or love somebody in Asia, India, China. Though these two countries, and I said these two continents, have distinct cultures. Almost a culture no be Asia. But how possible say maybe a Ghanaian man or woman can fall in love with an Indian man or Indian woman, or a Chinese man or Chinese woman, or maybe in a far land? Ubashano, now me find say the person outside of Ghana, no, your friend Benjit, and I may be a metal, this MYRTLE, and then you are okay, me your friend Ken, or make us a cry, you are called Sadatu, or even Chumwa, or Kinsley. Kinsley is an English. Let me use local names like maybe Bwachawa. Okay, maybe Bwachawa can travel outside, go and meet Bruni, be a friend of Metal. Metal, and then they got married. The spirit does not have barriers. This is what I mean. This is the actual truth. Because the metal and the Bwachawa is the same spiritual energies. There will be a link. And before we bring up woman and found slavery and torture and any amount of the affair. Sometimes I don't know who you say, they were laughing at us. They were still having some feelings for us because we also have a sense of mindset. We have brains in us. And the same energy and drive woman, that's the same I control all languages. To that effect, we can have a link with them. Now, I'm going to explain the full details of the names on the screen. Pay attention to what I not follow, because today me person me one by one. Me you more impact one after the other. Now timi who here. So that uba and kaso person ye Yesu nu enti obeto Emmanuel. And our names here, don't just pick the name as Ken, Ben, your friend one wajiso. So we share now search names I shorten mawa and jeso. Or contact us. We will change your name for you at a small fee, because the gift we will give it to you concerning your name is permanent. Once it is permanent, you cannot say we are charging a fee that you cannot pay. It is very small compared to the benefit that you get forever. I want you to follow whilst I will explain the impacts of the names you see on the screen. Number one, they are very, very independent people. It's a mechanism by nature, no, or pensions, or you can be independent, or person on one casa dinner, on one control, and now they have original, individualistic nature. It's they want when I say be original individual. Obi always they want to say things the way it is. Or person kind of correct and they say they admit pepe. And mostly no, they are very determined. Or more and renta so be on your castle will be determined that what the American as Obia what mean be so a person ye. Oh, so minister I didn't so person ya 1 year ya been so to mean nase. Oh, now as I would be a who when you move, they were well determined so a person yes I didn't. That's the nature part of these people. And at the same time, they have a strong will. It's determined and the strong willed nature goes together. Or person, yeah, the chinchine can be as a person. So betty meal, won't meal, or before the long run and not trim, now they're not jago. No, I started beam. That is why most of the names I come same way, no, my brother, they work hard, but they don't get the fruits of their labor. And for one or more brain in also. And this is something that is very sad. For a man or a woman to struggle very hard all the day, not every day, no. If I so be a man brains, 1 year, Obedrin said, you will be an alien with you. But they have the desire to serve others. Mostly, they want to assist people, support people, especially the less fortunate ones, people that they feel say they want to assist them. or more some kind of humanitarian attitude to be, oh, a humobro su diviniade is part of them. So you realize, say, in their personal life, no, what we call their self-expressive people, they always want to be the center of attention, which the nipamuno kasa. They have the confidence and the way they can have their way out, their way through by talking. They are very artistic, they have love music, very generous. Omu ye nipebia, omu yem ye pa, omu ande, or better why this is here, space, or a bear madiane, or not also your bar, they will easily give because they are attracted to the opposite sex. The men money what we know, epe mapa, and then my woman also know. They are more attracted to men, into umpe men than for, into otherwise, and they can also be whatever they are. It's in the ocean, they be like Cecily and other names, like Sada to no Buachewa, but the one for is Muslim men. Because this is how the spirit will move them. They are very versatile people, and then generous, very creative and idealistic people. Into the piano, or more, yeah, they are. You see, they have the knowledge. When we say creativity, obia or more to me, they can create things. They can be good in dressing, like this decorators and other stuff. Wait much say them become a but at the same time, no so no. Or MS or money up. Make some money and in almost come and some discussion, they are very good. What we say they are spontaneous in discussion. They know how to flow, they know how to talk, they know how to convince, they know how to find their way out. They can convince you. They have a lot of maths. They can be mischievous, azan, canton cross. We can't same way no it's those things is part of these people. Because of said money they can be good in sales. Me I good and I say because they want change. Very active, very intense, moving up and down they want to make sure that they change the environment. They want to be at new environment. That's why most of the names are they want to explore, they want new experiences, they want to change the environment and see how things are done. That's how these people but they are the people they do their own thinking. No one said you would see now drink and no person offer. It will move 5 2 or moon tube. But on one end of this people, I was saying, Kophobin so a back one will show a moon crying. But washing in crying next and on the line of thinking and far on forward drink channel. They do their own thinking. That's how these people are. They are very curious in their attitude or perfume. They want to understand why the entire enemy are, and so this kind of attitude makes them quick thinkers. Sharp. Somebody who want to analyze things, who want to understand the reason and the causes of why enemy are. That's the reason why also they are also good in arguments and debates. All accept just like that. They will battle with you, challenge you, and then always there's a form of debate and challenges around whereby they will be fighting. And some year maybe some year they will wait day and night as long as they interest they will never stop until their interest wanes away. And that's almost any every one. Sometimes they are inclined to tease or to make now in a downfall or I mean like teasing. They are part of it and they are flirtatious in their nature. Almost that kind of a penny. I mean a drama is attached to name and these names you see on the screen is part of it. So you can say their life. They are flirtatious and flirtatious goes with fornication and then this kind of a drama okay, but they also experience some moody reaction. They have a short-lived moody reaction whereby you see them happy, then in the other end they will be very quiet very predictive. You cannot determine exactly where they will be in the next moment, because the niji kakra no wa ko mudi kakra the niji kakra no wa say today biano they find their life to be some form of a disturbing energies around. That is the reason why they are also oversensitive in their nature. Asem to me show because they can harbor some resentment to be for some time within them, as if they've forgotten it, but no, it reverses itself. And this attitude makes them over emotional. Okay, sometimes they can even cry in public. Sometimes we are in a shina or when tears is coming, and when they desire to pay you back, no matter what you say, they are very cruel and at the same time very kind. I don't know where to place these people, because inside, outwardly they are kind. They can do a lot of good and at the same time cause a lot of harm at the same place. These are not stable names that we even recommend that people take. And they can also find themselves in indulgence qualities. Obetimia rensa, obetimianum we, obetimanum jot, obetimasum, obetimianum this shisha. A lot of these kind of sedatives. Niema mani pabra botumi say basano. Obetimia kaomo. Some can be extremely drunkards, some can be thieves, some can be armed robbers, some can be smokers. See, these names drag them to that because they are very destructive. A home who better deal with no matter what say, yes, say the panel said in Darosono. It is no matter the level of the person, so a soft crampon and the suman be brain yet, or the see, but within them, they know they don't worth to be called a pastor or a man of God. And one funny thing is that most pastors are called Emmanuel. Most pastors are called Emmanuel. As secondary school time, I have one Emmanuel friend, and they were so. And I can't imagine what this man will be teaching the people following him. And this is how things are. These people cannot stand to do a job that require patience and systematic thinking, because imagine say say na etuafra eti intimi concentrate enye niema eyeboko. Because of that, this name lack stability and then responsibility. They are not responsible, and in a certain way it lacks stability. Ebi American obi wo any of this name obeka say oboa media me are responsible. We debem we are true, we are responsible. The reason why I say I don't even know your full name. I'm just trying to educate people by single names here. You can be responsible from the day you were born, from the surname, and from the combined names I want can make you responsible. But you can never dodge the influence of these names. You move be no, it is not. So this is how these things work. So in their lifestyle, they can be very sarcastic in their manner of speech. Sometimes and yet they can have a very bad temper, get angry anyhow, mess things around, and then they move on. They mess, they come, they repair, they move on. Their life is just ups and downs, full of disappointment and other things happening here and there. And this is the reason why we don't recommend this name. And remember, they are all accident-prone names. Edinwe, a bit nyamubia kunya kwenshia. Obi betima tetewo kunwatu atwene kwa. Obi betimia poison. Betima kunya ka kwenshia wu. One kasa you can even take your own life. A name tragedy can happen to these names. And remember, this is just few of those names. Sample kituebi. Ena, we are the teacher side here. We have millions of names say the same thing. So this life, the secret about this whole life now, I was a first start with you. Know the actual power behind you, your name, why you think and react the way you do. The entire name may be away the son, and the entire true for our own fa. Said the officer or the son, I would say, who say, a home be an air was as our home no, and only with Dino. Yes, a son, and near money be brave, a best son. Afe, my mention I bring yare sardine we am away a bit to medium. There's a possibility, say 98% of women our names way a bit to suffer with diabetes. A day in American. These names, one side of it now affects the liver. It is said ye bread 1 year jumano. Etale ye pancreas no etale ho. Ma mention pancreas na adwuma ye. Pancreas adwuma ye ne say e contain enso bi e friend bile. Bile no eno na adapt ye friend insulin no. Now so obi didi gu ne yema na sa pancreas no I release this bile no to come and test the sugar content e wa aduane na nipa no odi yenum. Eti no oba no be ka che pancreas ni say enipa aduane na nipa ni di ye no sugar bebre wo mu. Then the pancreas will now release an amount of insulin equal proportion to the sugar na ewo aduane nipa di ye mu no. Sa bile no eno na ye bonyoma na se wuku na ma ewo na ne brebo no ho no. Se wahu de meche no enam bia obi ebia wahu bi da wuku akokọ kra mpo a sa bonyoma na paigu nam no ho anhwe yi a wuti menwe emmoa bi de ye so poisonous to the point to say e kan wa no pay you die. Crocodile ne bile no crocodile ne poison no ne bonyoma no e kan won sampo na hohoro won sam na atafre won sam kra you will still die. That's how dangerous it is. And now crocodile betimi amene akokọ ato ne yam it will digest. Obetimi amene bibia ye den bones ato ne yam it will still digest because or secretary sa bile no be friday na do ti bia obeyam. Enti wiase no mu niema no all these things no use energies ahoden I wo wiase no. Enti people with these names no sa bile no omudi no attack sa ade no. Enti bedu ba bi na eje adwuma ye. Enti odidi gu ne yema sugar wo mu ina na ina digest afra ne system no. Enti with time no na ne moja no mu ina ye sugar. Sugar nso wa hono sugar da. What is one sugar da? On say a tick. The more sugar, I don't know na moja na da. If you say da, it's nipa no ebe nya problem be a friend no hyperglycemia, which is high sugar content. High sugar content na abe nipa no moja no mu no. Duro bebre na kofo be tempt say ye de be ye free o momojam enye adwuma because as say ye adwuma naturally. A bit in it some time ago, doctors said diabetes is incurable. Yes, diabetes is ye. Who my yes, who minimedrobi at the German in a buyer to me as I'll be there. Be refu Becca me say diabetes. Obe no sad diabetes in the finally no diabetes in the kuno. Etino so be no net draw no na call for man. I was say ye chin in any baby or say chin sugar, ye chin way. In the moment our moja and before say a yet taken no, ya baby na invite back. The diabetes never, the hypertension back because the blood becomes thicker and then it cannot flow. The body will need a command will need more pressure to pump it through the veins. It by forcing it to pump, the heart overworks itself. Na no so abre no wate da afi ya do be ko hospital ya be check your blood pressure no na wonenam wa 250 over 190 who ye wu ano no and one day e betimi agyaebo e betimi stop it no we have to give you tranquilizers I was say ma waduru a be ma omoja no mu aye light aye sensuo eta bp fo omo da duro so all their life anopa so mene gu ne yam. It's in a bimu baby say if you don't eat your food as medicine, you eat medicine as your food. But anumu in enjuma, if your name is poor, no matter how dieting, how good diet I obey the ball brand, obey dino, it will still not work. You will still encounter the same yareno because we are talking about spiritual things. Spiritual. Also the physical did anyway. Would you juice? Unim cramp say acidic juice, acidic fruits is not even healthy for body. No be demo, na fruit juice, in chain, not don't see on any other beverages, sugar, ne acid, I am muma in chain, no different, a morning stew, any chicken, any maggie, those flavors now, media stew, no artificial, no assigned it. Acid poison no air ready Whom are you poisoning? Or shall now quench them when wa fail ma obi ehun wa ekesi in a short while next him you end your life. We are killing ourselves with so much ignorance to the point that your ignorance doesn't lie in your education. We are doctor and today we are lawyer, and so what? You will die and you bring pain to your family. Here, nameless here, we are trying to save life. What's here and can put your pedigrees somewhere and listen to more wisdom. Add it to your life. Change your name. This is not something too big. Say dini ya can't shall say yeah. Say enya, we will tell you say enya. If you have to change it, you have to take the initiative and then you do it. So these names that we are talking about, this is how they operate. It's yare bebree was uncle for we bet my encounter in their life. They will never know that it is from their name. They can be diabetic, hypertensive, they can have issue with the liver, they can have liver cirrhosis, hepatitis A, B, C, or D. Nina can be attached to these names. With time, it will show itself up. And then sometimes they have issue with the blood system. And the Macan wants sometimes they over sweat or they will not even sweat at all. It's either of them. And then due to some rich foods and more there, and they come first it generates a lot of sicknesses from them because of a drink way, or a mispa way, eating this kind of chicken and other plenty for or 21 CD and not fish 5 CDs. Now what call no man send be at us. This thing generates a very poor lifestyle. A baby has no life in no baby who say and never be woman is not going well with you, and it's an accident prone name. One here one day said the man will be able to tell I did be about him because so utrimu ye de no do na say ukwana obi ubu obi ji obi sika na you would be for kwambone the person can think of eliminating you because already you have that kind of home being with you. Edu wachi dada enipa bia honhom guide we edi wachi no eya honhom a efri within. You can never attract an alien spirit honhom a woni wunni twaka bia unless say wodo kwhye obi ase. Enipa na I invoke those spirits to be with you on conditions. Machiremu in our previous videos say those spirits attached to us on conditions. That is the reason why bia obiya de mawa ochi wo niema bi menye saade we men de aduane we menye sei men ne oba na at this hour men fa we say nkwa ha because it's only by that and as honhom na omo pese e ba kew no e betimi adi wachi. But apart from that, the only liberation message is that alter your name to have the natural energies to me no. Forget about the zodiac and those astrologies and those things. They don't do anything to your soul. It only puts more deceptiveness into anima or pass it through. You saw this, you saw that, you saw that without a name, nothing will change. Because your name has a link with your mind. The way as the bia happen bia is from here, your brain. Linking with the mind. The mind is spiritual, the brain is physical. The two of them will join and it opens possibilities and impossibilities. Nipa bi won man they all dream and say bibi nye yi ade na be say me be wu me be yare ade we nye yi, and that's exactly what they get. Some people are so confident that even when they are doing something bad they feel they will succeed, and they succeed. Why do armed robbers succeed? Do you think what they are doing they know is good? Our confront him so obe wia on the oya na but on him say oye dey say say obe wia wakọ ama wonhu, and they mostly succeed. Are they betchene there and then a judgment day and no. This is why names are so important. As we keep on revealing the secret of names, think deep. Meaning says I won't share that and then phase out here you get a lot of battlings in your head. But don't get bothered. Keep on watching, subscribe, share our videos, and then you get a lot of knowledge. We are Namelinks. We want to save and liberate the generation. Thank you very much for watching. Expect more from us as we reveal more names and their impacts to you. Bye-bye.